Hello, hello, beautiful beings of light. It's Mandy. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. I'm going to invite a couple people to jump on. Totally going live. It is 9 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Tejas. I trust everyone created an amazing day today, and I trust everyone's created an amazing week so far. I'm sending you guys lots of love, super positive, high vibes, healing energy. And yes, I actually tend to yell. I'm very loud. I have always been loud since I was a kid. I'm loud. I'm enthusiastic. I have a lot of energy. I'm super positive, high vibe. I love to motivate, support others. Yeah, I think that's probably enough. I just invited a lot of people onto the video. So do me a favor, guys. Once you tune in, comment below, say what's up. Hey, what's up, Marlena? How are you, gorgeous? What's up, Andrea? How are you, beautiful? I've actually committed to doing more of these live videos. I really love them, and they actually really light me up. Like, I get a lot out of it, too. I really love it, and it's a lot of fun. So I am super enthusiastic when people tune in. So do me a favor as well. If you are catching the replay, comment below, hashtag replay. What's up, Shelly, my beautiful soul sister? I appreciate you so much. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about tools and techniques to support you in shifting your reality and manifesting. You know what I'm saying? Give me some thumbs up and hearts if that sounds like something that you desire support with, okay? So I'm going to share some of that with you. I think I just saw Brian. Hey, how are you, my friend? I was like, I think I just saw Brian's profile picture. I appreciate you so much, Brian. Andrea says, hey, yes, her energy is contagious. Yes, girl, that's what I'm here for, to support you guys in shifting your energy. And I'm all about it. So anyway, I actually created an amazing day today. I had an awesome workout. I just finished eating over here at Salada. They have like the best salads, and I'm super full. Yeah, it was delicious. So now I'm here in my car, and I know it's kind of late. It's like 9 o'clock, but I'm going to get to it. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions about anything specific, or if you're just choosing to share anything that you're choosing to share. The weather's quite interesting. So like now I'm in my jacket. I'm like, oh, because I was thinking I would just do this outside, but no, it's a little bit chilly. So I'm in my car. Once again, it's just like my office. So we'll just let it be okay. All right. So the first thing, guys, I actually just had I skipped this part. I had a 1 hour coaching call before I went into Slaughter to have my salad. And it was a bomb ass call with one of my amazing clients. I love to support my clients. I love to do coaching calls and support them in shifting their frequency, and having their awareness in, whatever it is they're focusing on, and then whatever they're choosing to create, and literally supporting them in shifting. I know Shelly knows exactly what I'm talking about. And then not too much longer, I hear, oh my gosh, girl, you won't believe it. And then I'm like, yes, I will. And then it's just kind of a joke. We laugh about it because of course I believe it. I do believe in miracles, and I do believe in the power of shifting your frequency, standing in agreement. I know my energy is very powerful. That's what I do with my clients, to support them in shifting. And yeah, so that's what we did for basically 1 hour on the call, and it was amazing. So I'm going to talk first of all about your current frequency, or let's just say maybe where you tend to operate out of, more often than not. Okay, so maybe check in with yourself and ask yourself this very important question in terms of, what type of vibrational frequency are you generally on? Meaning that when you wake up in the morning, and then throughout your day, and then even up until at night when you go to bed, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Okay. Your frequency is going to be based on the thoughts that you're thinking, and it's going to be how it's making you feel. And then that's actually how you're vibrating. So once again, we're like little radio towers. We're vibrational frequency emitters. We're constantly emitting out frequencies, and then we're going to get back the same things that are on those same frequencies. So if you're vibrating in a very low frequency, shame, fear, guilt, anger, those are some of the very lowest vibrational frequency emotions that we can possibly feel. So if you're that type of person that's maybe Debbie Downer, pessimistic, always thinking the worst, always expecting the worst, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I can admit, like in my past, I had challenges in different areas of my life, and I wasn't always like super positive, super high vibe. I'm only human. And even nowadays still, I tend to sometimes feel certain feelings. The difference in me nowadays, after I've done all this work and have my spiritual awakening and became consciously aware, is that if that happens, I shift it very quickly. And or if it happens, I let myself feel it, because we got to feel it to heal it. And I let it be okay that I feel that way. It's just generally I don't feel that way for very long. It's like it happens, I feel it, I get to feel it to heal it, I shift it, I let it move through me, and then I'm back to the next thing. I'm back on the high vibrational flying disc again. So It's not about, fake positivity or spiritual bypassing is another, term that they give that for someone who's always like all love and light, and they're not acknowledging, the shadow self or the dark, or, the inner child or whatever's going on. I'm definitely not about that life. I'm definitely about being consciously aware, being very honest about what it is, that is going on, and then feeling it to heal it. Because that's the number one key. We get to feel it to heal it. If we don't ever allow ourselves to feel it, then chances are we're just going to bury it, and it's going to show up later on, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it actually gets our attention. So for anyone who's on here, I feel called to mention the book called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. And for whatever reason, I can picture the book. I can picture the cover of the book. I choose to remember the author of the book. But it may be something that is going to support someone that's either on this video now or is going to catch the video later. So Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. It's really powerful. Another amazing book that just came to my awareness here as well is Louise Hay. You Can Transform Your Life? You can heal your life. I'm the one who always says you can transform your life. So yes, you can transform your life and you can heal your life. But it's by Louise Hay, and it's called You Can Heal Your Life. That's another very, very powerful book that sometimes when I start coaching clients and we're having a bit of a disconnect and they're kind of like, what do you mean? And it's a little bit too much up front. That's something that I motivate and encourage them to take a look at, because this is from someone who wrote this book a very long time ago, and I just feel that sometimes the way that it's put, it might sit well with someone better than sometimes the way that I present it to someone. And I say, well, take a look at this, fill into this, or I recommend different things to people, and then I support them in having their awareness, and then we can move forward, okay? Because a lot of times, I'm going to tell you right now, when you start working with me, and Shelly can attest to this, that sometimes it can be like literally, and I don't like to say it in this way, but it's almost like a bomb goes off in your life. Like once you become awake and aware, and you shift your vibrational frequency, and you become more conscious, you're going to be changing from the person that you were, let's just say, or the person that you are, into the person that you're destined to be, or your higher self. And chances are it's going to upset a lot of people in your life. You're going to start thinking differently, acting differently. You're not going to tolerate the things that you used to tolerate in the past. You're going to desire to really go after your dreams, your goals. You're just going to shift. You're going to shift into becoming more in alignment with your higher self. And then people that are in your current reality, they're not going to understand what's going on. So literally, it's going to be a little bit maybe of a shit show. And I've had clients even tell me in the past, working with me one-on-one or doing my programs, they're, and I don't even like this term, but they're just like, you're the coach I love to hate, or they're like, I love you, but I hate you. Or they'll say, it's a thin line between love and hate. And we kind of joke around about it. And I know, what, in a sense, what they're meaning and what they're saying, because that's it. It's like, I'm going to support you in bringing that illusion to the forefront. I'm going to support you in lifting that veil. I'm going to support you in looking at your life and taking full responsibility for your life and where you're at right now, and also truth bomb you to seeing and understanding that you are the co-creator of your reality with God, and that whatever is going on in your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. So sometimes the message might come across a little bit more gentle than others, but it really just depends on the situation. But at the end of the day, of course, my heart is pure, my intentions are good. I'm always in alignment with, God, source, creator, universe, and whatever I'm doing to support a person may not be what they're desiring to hear right off the bat. And then later on, whether it takes a little bit of time or a long bit of time, however it is, it always comes full circle. I have a really cool story that I'm going to share with you in a second too. It will come full circle, and that person will then have their awareness, and then literally, they will be thanking me for supporting them and how their life has transformed. So I'm going to share a real cool story. Let me read this really quick. Shelly says, feel it, but don't stay in it. I've listened to that audio. Yeah, for sure. There's tons of things that I recommend for you guys for sure. Shelly says Carol Truman, I think. Yes, that is it. It is. I know for sure it's Truman. I think it could be spelled with the C possibly instead of a K for Carol. But you're right, and I do appreciate you sharing that. Hey, Lavette, my gorgeous soul. Lavette. I was trying to say Yvette LaBoy at the same time. How funny is that? I'm so fired up. So let me chill. What's up, Yvette? How are you doing, my beautiful soul sister? Yvette's over there in New York. I got to meet Yvette in person when I went to New York at the end of 2018, and we got to hang out on Times Square. It was freaking incredible. We had known each other for about a year or so on Facebook, and then we met in person. That's always so fun, right? So I appreciate you, gorgeous. Thank you so much for being on the live. We definitely require a catch up. So this is a really cool story, and then I'm going to get into the tools and techniques. I'm not going to be on here too long tonight. Also, I know too that sometimes when my videos are really long, people are just like it's too much, right? So I'm really doing my best to try to at least keep them at least under 30 minutes. She said you created a new name for me. Yeah, for sure, right? That's so funny. So I had this client of mine, and she did, I think, maybe 1 or 2 of my programs. She didn't do like a really in-depth consciousness program. She did something that was kind of barely scratching the surface. And she was aware, let's just put it that way. She was aware that there was more to it, okay? And she started working with me, and, you know, whatever. I choose to remember, she worked with me for a while, and then she just wasn't doing anything at the time. And she had posted something on Facebook. Well, I commented on her post, and it triggered her. And I really don't like to use the word triggered, because triggered is implying that a person doesn't have their power, right? And we all have our power. We are all God's sovereign beings. We can all reclaim our power and authority. But at the same time, there will be things that will, if you want to say, it will you, and it will somehow get into, you know, something with you emotionally and have you feeling some type of way. Let's just put it that way. And it will have you being very reactionary versus responsive. Okay. Responsive is when you're, you know, maybe somewhat calm, cool, collected, balanced. You know, you hold your tongue before speaking. Reactionary is when you don't do any of the above and you just, okay? And I'm guilty of that sometimes too. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't jump on here and pretend to be perfect, by no means. My mama, Helen, is my greatest growth partner. I love her so much. I love her more than anything in the world, honestly, my mom. And she is my greatest growth partner. And so there are times still when I will at her, okay? Not as often as it used to be. Let's put it that way. And she is also like, she's my very best friend. So that's another reason. So what I was saying is that my client had posted something on Facebook. I commented on it. It had her feeling some type of way, and she commented back. And then I sent her a private message to maybe explain a little bit more about what I was saying in the comment. And she was very upset with me. And it turned out that she actually blocked me on Facebook. And then I was just like, okay, I cut her free, cut her loose to her God self. I was in my awareness that, you know, I did my part in terms of supporting her to have her conscious awareness, and whether she was open to receive that or not, that wasn't on me. Okay. So as a conscious being, we're all conscious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. The thing is we all are at different places on our journey. That's an easy way to describe it. We are all conscious, okay? And we're all just at different places on our journey. So we also get to be very aware of how we do present information to certain people, and we don't go around acting like we're better than other people and that we know all, or, you know, we're more spiritual, or we're more conscious, or we are more connected than another person. And sometimes, as well as you guys know, that when you're trying to deliver a message to someone, that no matter how you're trying to deliver that message, the person may not be receptive to it for whatever reason, right? They might close down. They're not receptive. Also, too, they may hear it differently than how you're presenting it to them, because you might have all the best intentions in the world of how you're presenting it, and then the person hears it in another way. And we're not responsible for that. We're not responsible for how another person accepts, you know, what it is that we're saying. We're not responsible for that. We're not responsible either for how another person feels. We get to do what's best for us and being in alignment with ourselves and being in integrity. And we're not responsible for how they, you know, feel, how they react, how they respond, you know, whatever all that looks like. Long story short, she, blocked me, and I seriously think it was probably like 2 or 3 years went by, and I kid you not, one day I get a friend request from her and a private Facebook message, and she told me that she thanked me so much for that experience and for what I had taught her up until the point of, you know, that situation happening. And even she said that situation happening with her posting that and me commenting and us going back and forth, that actually took her down the path and journey, and she is now sorry, I got distracted. She is now, or cancel on sorry, I apologize. Words are powerful. When we say the words, I'm sorry, we're literally communicating down to our body to a cellular level that we're sorry. SORRY. Okay. Cancel. Get rid of that. Cancel, clear, delete. Get that word out of your vocabulary. It's almost second nature, though. You notice how I got distracted and I said that word very quickly. And I remember that I'm conscious of being conscious. So let me slow down. I apologize. So what I was saying was, she is now a ordained minister. She's a Reiki healer. She, I believe, is also a massage therapist. She has her own practice. She does all these things. She's continuing her journey with consciousness. And I was like, wow. Oh yeah, she's writing a book, or she's already written a book, or she was about to write a book. I'm not sure where she's at on her journey now, but I was like, wow. And that right there was like powerful confirmation that, you know, what I'm here to do, because I do believe this is my divine mission, that what I'm here to do is support people in transforming their life, right? Transforming their life, transforming their reality, and waking up and lifting the veil, and then being able to create whatever it is that they're choosing to create. So I just thought that was really cool. So there's a little tidbit on that. I choose to know even why I went down that tangent. Let me talk really quickly on some things you can do. So shifting your vibrational frequency. Go ahead and get really real with yourself on how you tend to vibrate in terms of your mindset and in terms of your thoughts that you're having and in terms of your perception of your reality. Okay. Because let's face it, your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. Most people don't even know what that means, but your outer world is a resemblance of whatever you have going on inside of you. Okay. Subconscious mind, programming, beliefs, limited beliefs, if you will. So understanding that whatever is being reflected back to you is simply coming from you. Okay. It is literally like a movie on a movie screen, and it is being out pictured by you. Okay. So the out picturing is happening. You're recognizing it, and you're also creating it, and you're responsible for it. And you can also shift it and transform it into your highest choice if you choose. So being aware of how you typically or generally operate, meaning how you're thinking and feeling and acting on a daily basis on a scale of like maybe 1 to 10. Low being very low vibrational frequency, having negative emotions, feeling negative emotion and being on a low vibrational frequency, or if those things happen throughout the day, but getting right back up there, right? And your feelings of gratitude, appreciation, bliss, joy, love, abundance, all the things, all the high vibrational frequency emotions. And the ways that you can shift these things is you shift your thoughts. Okay. So maybe you have something going on and you choose to change your perception of it. I talked about this in the video last night. The quote by Dr. Wayne Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. Okay. I'll say that again. When you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. So whatever that is that you're quote unquote focusing on, if you choose, you can change your perception of that, and then that will actually shift and change. And then the other saying by Dr. Wayne Dyer that I love so much, that I was just chatting earlier with my client, is a lot of times people say, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. But it's actually the opposite. You will actually see it once you believe it. So maybe fill into where in your life you are having some limited beliefs, and shift your belief, right? I appreciate the love, Shelly. Shift your belief into what you actually desire, believing that it's actually possible, and then watch that shift for you. So instead of I'll believe it when I see it, actually you will see it once you believe it. So you get to believe it first. So putting yourself in that place. So we're talking about shifting your frequency, being aware of your state, being aware of how you are generally operating, right? And deciding that you're choosing to do it different. I posted the other day, like, decide to be happy or choose to be happy. You never know how much time you have left. That is so true. Like, none of us know. It doesn't matter your age, your gender, any of those things. None of us have a clue of when our last moments are here on earth. So why not choose to be happy now? Why not decide to just be happy now and go ahead and just be high vibrational and be grateful that you have, breath in your body, air in your lungs, clothes on your body, food on the table, a roof over your head, a car to drive. And maybe you don't have all those things, but I guarantee you that you still have something to be grateful for, even if you don't have everything that you desire. Okay. We all have something to be grateful for, and there's always a reason to smile no matter what. There's always a reason to smile and have gratitude. So shifting your state and your vibrational frequency, being aware of how you're generally operating, deciding that you are going to choose to look at situations in your life differently, decide you are going to believe that the outcome you desire is actually possible, so that when you actually believe it, then you will actually see it. Because chances are you're the one who's creating the energetic resistance, and you're also the one who's creating the limitations, and you're also the one who is contributing and co-creating the outcome or the reality or the situation of whatever you're in right now. And sometimes when things happen in my life, I giggle and I'm like, I created this, because I can see so clearly how I created it. And right when I take full responsibility for what I created, then it actually shifts my perception into, I chose this, I created this, and this is for the greatest growth and expansion of my soul. And honestly, this is a whole nother video, because I could go off on a total tangent about, situations with other people and how we agree to it in consciousness before we come here. And it's for the greatest growth and expansion of our soul. But these are the things that I teach my clients. And these are the things that when people start to become aware of, you will stop playing the victim, and you will stop playing the blame game, and you will stop blaming everything on everybody else. And it's your parents' fault, and it's your kids' fault, and it's the president's fault, and it's who's ever fault, right? You will stop playing the blame game, And you know what? Maybe some things are going on in our current world at the moment. Still, I live in my own little bubble. I literally do. I just live in my own little bubble. Why? Because me worrying about something, or me judging something, or me being upset about something, or me being angry about something, what good is that going to do? That is not going to do a dang bit of good. I will emphasize that. It will literally do nobody any good. It lowers your vibrational frequency. It suppresses your immune system. It has you feeling like crap. It has you feeling on edge. It has you irritable. It has you snapping at your children. It has you being rude, to your significant other. It just is not, it's not ideal. Like, for what? Why do that to yourself? Why do that? So I talked about this in my video last night too, about being aware, and now I just lost my train of thought because something came into my mind really quickly. Something I talked about in my live video last night. If you haven't checked it out, go check that one out. I've been like on a roll lately. It was also about manifesting. And so I'm going to have to come back to that. But basically just being aware of, whatever it is that you're focusing on, because whatever you focus on actually expands. Okay. Oh, this is what it was. That whenever we're in a state of worrying and we're worrying, we're literally praying for what we don't want. You're praying for what you don't want, okay? So if you're sitting around and, you're praying for something from God, and then I have a whole nother video I could do about praying, because when you're in a place of, please, 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 God, please, 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 I just, whatever that is, even being in that state right there is coming from lack and scarcity and fear. So if you study some of the other cultures, their ways of praying is nothing like that. It's not, please God, please, please, please God. It's actually, thank you God. Thank you God, now that. And that was something else I have in my notes here, is a phrase, I am so happy and grateful now that. So if you're desiring something in your life, you can say, I am so happy and grateful now that, I got my dream job. Or I'm so happy and grateful now that I, manifested my life partner, my divine partner. I'm so happy and grateful now that I, closed that deal, sold that house, whatever it looks like. I can give lots of examples, but that's just a little phrase that I have written down on here, with something you can use to shift your vibrational frequency. But the reality is most of the time people are in a state of lack, scarcity, fear. So they're praying for a different outcome. And what are you even doing there? You're actually focusing so hard on your current reality that you're keeping it in place. You're keeping it stuck. And I'm dropping the truth bombs tonight, and this stuff is just flowing, because I was on a call for like one whole hour doing this as well. She spoke a little bit, but I would say that I did most of the talking, because that's what I do as a coach. But honestly, yeah, even the things I'm saying here, it's like flowing so effortlessly that it makes so much sense from an energetic, spiritual perspective. Anyway, I know what I'm trying to say, but the reality is that's freaking awesome. So, shifting your frequency, being aware of what state you're in, what state are you generally in, making a conscious decision, making a conscious choice. I am conscious of being conscious. Let that be your phrase. I'm conscious of being conscious, to wake yourself up. Wake yourself up from that illusion that you're potentially living in. Okay? And understanding that you can choose to and decide to look at whatever it is through a different set of lenses. Put on your lenses of love. I got my glasses over here. Let me be funny for a second. Put on your lenses of love. Shelly, I appreciate the love, my sister. Put on your lenses of love and decide to look at everything through a new set of lenses. I like the example that I've been given before with some of the programs and stuff that I've gone through. It's like, pretend like you're an alien and you just landed here off of a spaceship, okay? You just landed off of a spaceship. You got out of the spaceship. All of this is new to you. You've never seen anything like it. You have no idea what's going on. You don't even know the people that are in your current reality, and you're brand new. You clean off the slate. You decide to become brand new, so you wipe the slate clean, and then you're seeing everyone through your lenses of love. Imagine how much different your life would be if you decided right now to commit to looking at your life through the lenses of love, okay? And you get to recommit and recommit and recommit, because yes, chances are something's going to happen and you're going to skirt and shift off a little bit, and then skirt and then shift off a little bit again, and you can recommit. You can decide to be made brand new, okay? You can clear the slate. You can clean it off completely, and you can start over, okay? I appreciate the love, Andrea, so I'm fired up. All right, so I talk about the first thing several times. The other thing I want to talk about is living in the end, okay? Meaning that you're living in the end of already done. You're in that state of already done, that whatever the desire is, it's already here. It's already manifested for you, okay? That's one of the key ways that we can actually manifest faster and easier, is that we shift our state, or we shift our vibrational frequency by being in the already done. So now that you already have the dream job, the loving life partner, the, Mercedes-Benz car, the mansion on the beach, whatever. Lots of examples. Now that you have your outcome and your desire, hey, Tracy Ann Gorgeous, thank you for joining if you're still on here. Now that you have your outcome, okay, you're in the state of already done. So this is what you ask yourself, how would I feel now that, ... So how would I feel now that I have ... And how would you feel? Chances are you'd probably be feeling a lot better than you are right now. Because right now, more than likely, you're in a state of focusing on your current reality, because that's how most people live. They're stuck here in the 3D world, and they're focusing on the physical, taste, touch, smell, see, hear. They're focused on what they have going on in their physical currently, right? And because that's what they're focusing on, that's what they get more of. They keep creating that, and you also will lock that in place energetically, because that's what you're focusing on. So why not decide to shift it? And like I talked about in my video last night, why not just say, what if I could get that dream job? What if I could attract my loving life partner? What if I could, live in a mansion on the beach, or whatever that looks like? Sometimes I feel, and this is what I put in the video last night, sometimes I feel that if someone's been in a state for a very long period of time, or maybe someone's just not really believing in how powerful they really are, and so they get to go from, instead of A to Z, they get to go about halfway through the alphabet, which I admit, I'm not even 100% sure what is halfway through the alphabet. What is there, like 26 or 27 letters in the alphabet? I choose to know. That's not important for me to be knowing. I just know the alphabet. But in other words, sometimes it can be challenging for a person to go from A to Z. Okay? I get it. I understand. So maybe instead of going from A to Z, maybe you first go like A to F, and you get there a little bit, okay? That's my initials, actually. It's funny. My birth name is Amanda. And so maybe you go there for a little bit, and then maybe you jump a little bit further. Maybe you continue, and then till the end, you'd be at the A to Z, where you're literally like, yes, I trust. I know this is possible. I can create this. This is possible for me, okay? So that's something that you guys may choose to practice. Maybe you're affirming and decreeing so hard for something specific, and for whatever reason, it's not showing up, but it's because you actually don't even believe in it. You don't even believe in the potentiality for it to show up, and you're wondering why it's not showing up. Well, so maybe instead of hammering it out so hard and being like, I am whatever, excuse me, I keep burping that salad. Maybe you keep thinking, I am ... but then you're like, and your subconscious mind's like, skirt. Your subconscious mind's like, no. So instead of that, what if you came from the perspective of like, what if? Like, in other words, what if that is actually possible for me? What if I could actually ... So maybe try that on for size, okay? The other thing I want to bring up is positive self-talk. Straight up, how are you talking to yourself? You are your own best friend. Someone comment below, say something. Let me know we're still good here, because I'm freaking litty, and I just want to make sure, because sometimes my phone starts tripping, especially when my energy gets real rowdy. So I think, Shelly, I know you're still on here, Andrea. My kids have told me to quit speaking certain things because everything I say happens. I love it. I choose to know how long I've supported you as well. Has it been like 4 or 5 years, or 4 years, I think, at least? Yeah. I always tell people about you, Shelly, and I don't, speak your personal business or tell them your name or anything, but I do refer to you a lot about the things that I've supported you with, and the awareness that you've had, and how it's trickled down into your family, and all the miracles. I just love it. So I appreciate you sharing so openly on the video. And that is it. We speak it into existence. Okay, yeah, 4 to 5 years. That's what I thought. So, positive self-talk. You are your own best friend. Literally, how are you talking to yourself? Would you talk to your 3-year-old little daughter, or your 3-year-old little son like the way that you talk to yourself? Because we are actually 3 or 4-year-old little kids in adult grown-up bodies. So being aware of like what you're saying to yourself, what you're thinking about yourself. Believe me, I get it. I have sometimes negative thoughts about myself as well. I get it. I'm not 100% perfect. And when you have those negative thoughts, shift that into your highest choice, because those things are not true, and you know that. And if you, let's say, are having a bunch of negative thoughts, maybe you're having a lot of fear, you're having a lot of anxiety, and just trying to think better thoughts is not working for you, like just trying to change those thoughts into something positive is not working for you, I invite and encourage you to either put on like an audio with the guided affirmations where someone's saying those things out loud. go along with it, and or just begin to say those things out loud for yourself. Begin speaking that stuff out loud. Begin speaking it in existence. I am beautiful. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am healthy. I am happy. I am loyal. I am incredible. I am a bright beacon of light. I am love. That's one of the highest ones. I am love, So speak that out into existence. When your mind is like a monkey mind and it's going and going and going, and these thoughts are just happening, and you're maybe in a really bad place, maybe something's happened, and so you're really emotional and stuff as well, I invite you to shift it by opening your mouth and beginning to speak those things out loud. Yes, I am strong is another good one. Speaking those things out loud into existence. So being aware, guys, positive self-talk is really, really, really important. And then I love the phrase, I am so happy and grateful now that. Okay, that is literally, guys, one way for you to really support yourself in manifesting and creating. I promise you, because I've done it and it's powerful. In fact, today I was walking around my house and I was saying, I'm so happy and grateful now that, blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And I was literally yelling it like I am right now. I was like yelling, I was shouting, I was happy and grateful as I was saying it. I was in the already done state. I shifted into it. I was like, yeah, it's already done. It may not be happening right now in my 3D reality, and I'm okay with that, because I understand that I can be everywhere at once, past, present, future. There is no such thing as time anyway. It's all an illusion. So I'm in my awareness that if energy can never be created nor destroyed, if all possibilities for Mandy exist out there, well, guess what? I'm going to be affirming and decreeing until the ends of the earth. I'm going to be opening my big mouth, and I'm going to be stating these things, and I'm going to be using my mind to visualize. I'm going to be doing all the things with all the tools and the techniques that I know of to support me and being on a certain vibrational frequency, with expectancy of me being divinely guided to that outcome. So if every possible outcome already exists, if the desires in your heart are already out there and they already exist, and all you get to do is follow your intuition, which is our God-given GPS, for me, that is so empowering and so encouraging. Because I'm a very analytical thinker. I'm a very mental thinker. I literally will think, and overanalyze and think about it some more. And I can tell you that that's sometimes not the healthiest thing to be doing. And I get to, slow myself down, calm myself down, use the tools and techniques and things I require doing to support myself in getting back into alignment with, yeah, my head might be thinking one thing. I might be thinking all these thoughts, but my heart knows different. Okay. Your heart is your best coach. Your heart always knows. So sometimes we just get to slow it down, calm down, get outside, take your shoes off, sit down in the grass, lay down in the grass, do some deep breathing, look up at the stars if you can, whatever that looks like for you, but just bring yourself back down to earth, becoming more grounded, becoming more centered, maybe putting your hands over your heart, like I said, doing some deep breathing, doing some affirmations, praying, whatever that looks like, do a meditation. But that's the reality of it, is that being someone who's so analytical and so mental, I will sometimes get into a place where I feel, because I'm being completely honest and transparent here, sometimes I can get into a place where I think, I feel that I have to use all this mind power and I have to try so hard with my mind to be able to create something. And when I get to back up and go, wait a second, you mean to tell me that because this desire is in my heart, that possibility already exists for me, and that's already out there, along with all the other desires of my heart. The possibilities are already out there. If energy can never be created nor destroyed, and I know it's already out there, then all I get to do is get back into alignment, right? Serving faith instead of fear, because we have two things. We got fear, we got faith. What are you going to serve? You're going to serve fear, or you're going to serve faith? I choose to serve faith, and yes, sometimes a little fear creeps in there. So you get back into alignment with serving faith, and I can trust in my inner divine guidance if I know that my intuition is my internal God-given GPS, and then I will know based on how it feels in my heart, right? So I'm going to be feeling my way through life instead of thinking my way through life. That's why they say when you have a gut feeling and you follow your intuition, that overpowers your mind. Your gut will overpower your subconscious mind any given day. And the gut's actually connected to the heart. And I think it's in traditional Chinese medicine, they actually refer to the gut as the second brain, which is interesting because it's all connected, of course. But the reality is that if you can calm down the mental mind, the monkey mind, the mind chatter, and you can tune into your heart's your best coach, okay? And that's how you're going to be able to get there very, very easily. So the other thing I want to talk about, aside from affirmations, because affirmations are really important, typically you start out the affirmations with the words I am, okay? And also understanding that the words I am are very powerful in every single language, not just the English language, the words I am are the most powerful words, period. Okay, in the history of all the languages and all vocabularies. I don't even know if that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say. I had to take a sip of water. So the words I am, whether they're in the English language or a different language, are the most important words that we can actually speak. And whatever comes after the words I am is what you will become. So I invite you to feel into, what are you saying about yourself? This goes back to the positive self-talk. If you're going around I am ... and it's not your highest choice, and it's kind of negative, and it's not feeling, positive, and it's not feeling good, I invite you to reconsider. One of the examples I like to use is, a lot of times people have the phrase, I am tired. Go around, I am tired, I am tired, I am tired. Well, guess what? You're just going to keep getting more and more tired. Give me some thumbs up and hearts, because I know Shelly's heard me talk about this one before. This is a big example that I've used. A lot of times people say, I am tired, I am tired. I say, well, okay, you're just telling yourself that you're tired. You're going to continue to be tired. It's not going to change. So one of the things that I teach my clients, and I love to share, is you can change your vocabulary on this one, and you can say, I have my energy returning. Okay, and what that basically means is that's communicating to your body that you have your energy returning. Okay, well, what does that mean? You have your energy returning. So right now, you might not be feeling very much energy. And instead of affirming and decreeing, that I am tired, you're going to say, I have my energy returning. And what that means is that's basically telling your body that you're desiring for energy return. Okay, and you may or may not get a jolt of energy after affirming and decreeing that. You may not feel any different. I guarantee you, though, chances are you're not going to feel more tired, because you're no longer focusing on being tired. Now your focus is on energy returning. Do you see how that works? Does that make sense? It literally makes logical sense. When you say, I have energy returning, now your focus is on having energy returning. Voila. Instead of I am tired, right? So you can say, I have my optimal health returning, instead of I am sick, right? So you can use it for a lot of things. I have blank returning. I have my joy returning. I have my ease returning. I have my peace returning. Okay, in whatever way that looks, because sometimes I'm not always joyful. Sometimes I'm not always at ease. Sometimes I'm not always at peace. And I can affirm and decree, I have my joy returning. I have my ease returning. I have my peace returning. That's a lot better than saying, I am pissed. I am mad. I am whatever. I don't even say a lot of those terms anymore, so I can't even think of it. How funny is that? Shelly says, I love the I am. Yeah, the I am affirmations are so powerful, you guys. So being aware of the words that are following up your I am, for number one. And then also, two, I invite and encourage you that when you're saying your I ams, that it's coming from a positive instead of a negative, because the brain and the mind does not understand negative. So like right now, if I said, don't think of a purple elephant, don't think of a purple elephant. Do not think of a purple elephant. Every single one of us, including me, we're all picturing and thinking of a purple elephant. Okay. So you cannot tell your brain, I am not blank. I am not broke. Okay. Or, I choose to know. I am not depressed, or something like that. You're literally then saying, I am depressed and I am broke. I just thought I would use those as examples. So the reality is that your brain does not know negatives. Your brain does not know not. And so whatever words you're using, once again, whatever you focus on expands. So whatever words you're using is exactly what you're affirming and decreeing and putting out there. Hey, what's up, Trey? How are you? All right. So fill into that on the affirmations. Another really good thing you can do is vision boards. Everyone's heard of vision boards. I invite and encourage you, whether you're clipping like newspaper clippings or magazines or whatever, and you're creating like an old school vision board with like a poster board, and or also now they have apps where you can do like electronic vision boards. And I've actually created one for myself, and I've had clients do it in programs of mine. And you can find the app in your Play Store, and you can create your online electronic vision board. And then another thing I want to encourage you guys to do is like the screensaver on your phone is really powerful. So I'll show you guys my screensaver. This has been my screensaver since like 2012. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I actually have several phones, by the way. I'll go ahead and admit right now. So this is what the screensaver looks like, even though it keeps going away. And I want to share this with you guys. This is by Dr. Christine Northrup, and it says, your beliefs and thoughts are wired into your biology. They become your cells, tissues, and organs. There's no supplement, no diet, no medicine, and no exercise regimen that can compare to the power of your thoughts and beliefs. Booyah! So I learned a lot about this stuff, the power of our mind, the way that our mind and our emotions affect our body and affect our physical health. Back in the past, when I had some health challenges around 2011, 2012, and I went through this whole process of so many different things. And yeah, that's basically it. That nothing can trump the power of your thoughts and your beliefs. Nothing. That's why you guys have heard of like the placebo effect and how that works. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go do some research, because I require getting off this video as entertaining as this is and as much fun as I'm having, you guys. I definitely have to wrap this up because it's already 9:40. But just being aware, okay? So my screensaver on my phone, as you saw, is that, and it's literally been my screensaver, I think, since like 2011 or 2012. Even though I've gotten other phones, and I actually have 3 phones right now. I have a phone that I'm talking to you on. I have an old school phone I can't part ways with, and I have another phone that I use to run a device that I have that's for balancing out your energy. It's a biofeedback machine, and I'm really passionate about that. So if you'd like to hear more about it, just message me. So I basically have 3 phones straight up. And what I'm trying to say here, who's that just popped on? Is that Booba? What's up? Augustus. Is it Augustus? What is the other one? Bermuda. Oh my God, that's so funny. How are you, Bubba? Thanks for tuning in. That's freaking hilarious. Trey, I'm doing amazing. I appreciate you. Anyway, so let me get back to what I was saying. That's so funny. So I have 3 phones, and all 3 phones have the same screensaver. So I invite you to find a screensaver to put on your phone that's powerful and that's encouraging for you, so that every time you go open up your phone, it is literally, even though you're not like focusing on it intently, it's still, you know, imprinting into your subconscious mind. Okay, that's why subliminal messaging is so powerful. And yeah, so maybe you have a picture of your significant other and yourself. Maybe you have a picture of your dog. Who knows what you have a picture of? And maybe you can infuse that picture with some I am affirmations or something else in there too that can support you. What I was going to say too is that if you decide to create like an electronic vision board, you can take a screenshot of it and you can have that electronic vision board be your screensaver. Like, how cool would that be? Because then you'd have like a, you know, combination of all the things that you're choosing to manifest and create. Excuse me. And then every time you open up your phone, you actually see that. All right. So either you can have it as your screensaver, or you can have it like as the background behind all your apps. However it resonates for you, I just know it's very powerful because subliminally you are imprinting upon the subconscious mind. Hey, what's up, Candace? How are you, gorgeous? You're imprinting upon the subconscious mind every time. And oh my gosh, how many times do we use our phone throughout the day? How many times are we opening and closing our phone throughout the day? All right. I'm sitting in my car. I don't have this right now. I actually have some feathers here on my dashboard with my like speedometer thing here. And I invite you to, another thing, and I've had this in part of my programs, you can take Post-it notes and write your I am affirmations, and you can put them in your car. So you can put stuff in your car, put stuff on your phone, put stuff in, you know, in your bathroom, on the mirror. You can put stuff on your refrigerator, put stuff like by your bed at night. So the last thing you see before you go to bed at night. The guy, Jack Canfield, that wrote, what is it called? Chicken Soup for the Soul, something like that. He has all those books, right? He talks about how when he was starting out and like trying to be big and whatever he was doing with his business, I believe it was $1 million check that he wrote to himself, and he put it on his ceiling. And every night when he'd go to bed, the last thing that he would look at would be that $1 million check made out to him on his ceiling. And so that's how he went to bed, is in the vibrational frequency of being a millionaire, of the already done that I've already talked about. And if you guys just jumped on this video, I invite and encourage you to go back and watch this video from the beginning after I get off here, or maybe tomorrow or whenever, because I've dropped some massive truth bombs and wisdoms and just amazing nuggets, and I feel that it would definitely behoove anyone who watches this video. Feel free to comment below, tag anyone, share this on your timeline, share it to them in Facebook Messenger, whatever that looks like. I just love to add value and support people. I appreciate you, Bermuda. All right, so we have some nicknames, so if anybody's wondering what's going on here, this is just us being funny. We know each other from high school. So anyway, back to what I was saying is putting the check on the ceiling would be ideal. Also, I think Jim Carrey has a story about that as well. When he was an up-and-coming actor, he had something that he created. I believe it was like a fake check or something made out to him from one of these like movie studios, and then he ended up actually getting the part or the role in that movie, and he literally got a check that was that same amount. And people go, wow, it's a miracle, wow, mind blown, which really, consciously, you would say mind expanded. So if you use that term a lot, I'm mind blown, or it blows my mind, cancel on that. Mind expanded My mind is expanded. Does anyone want their mind blown? No, I don't think so. Like that doesn't even, yeah, that doesn't resonate. So anyway, I'm talking a little conscious language here as well. For people that have done my programs and understand and know what I'm saying, other people it could be a little bit foreign, but basically we get to be very aware of the words that we speak, okay? Words hold a lot of power. Our words go out before us to create our reality. So being aware of the words that you're choosing to speak. All right. So back to what I was saying is these different things that you can do to support yourself. Another thing you can do is you can carry a, let's say like a little postcard, or maybe it's the size of like a business card or something like that, and you can carry that around with you. If you're a man, maybe you carry it in your wallet to where every time you go and get your money out, or your check card or cash, if you still use cash, that you actually see it. And for ladies, maybe you have it, like for me in my purse, it'd be on the side pocket where I keep my check card. Or maybe you have the little thing on the back of your phone and you put all your cards there. But you also have something there along with what you use when you make your investments, that maybe just says, you know, like I am abundant or something like that, that reminds you every time you go to make an investment with something that money is energy, and money is flowing out, and money is also flowing in. Okay. That's like a continuous wheel. And so it's just a reminder to yourself that when you go to get your check card to make an investment for whatever it is you're making your investment in, that you shift your energy as you make that investment to support you in your awareness that although, you know, you're making an investment in something and therefore the money is going out of your checking account, that money is going to come back to you tenfold. I do that all the time, no matter where I'm at. I could be at Walmart, I could be at the grocery store, you know, here when I was at Salada a second ago. But every time I affirm and decree, and I feel it energetically as I'm making an investment. It could be an investment for $1. It could be an investment for something for $100 or $1,000. It doesn't matter the amount. The reality of it is though, is you get to start bridging that gap, understanding that money is just energy, okay? Money is a frequency. I talked about this on my video last night where I said, God is my sugar daddy, straight up. God is my provider. God is your provider. Yes, you might get a paycheck from your job. You know, I get paid from my clients and this other business that I have on the side with these machines that I told you that I promote, or whatever, the biofeedback machines, which is all energy related, frequency medicine. So anyway, long story short, is God is our sugar daddy. God is the one who's giving us our supply. So we are abundant no matter what. And I could go on again for another 30 minutes, but I'm not. So check out the video on my timeline from last night. What else did I say? Oh yeah. The other thing I want to bring up too is guided meditations, guided audio meditations, or if you choose, you can actually create your own meditation, or you don't even have to have anything that's guided or an audio. You could just, you know, be in silence or maybe be outside in nature and shifting yourself that way as well in your frequency. Sometimes if like someone tells me they're feeling some type of way, I'm like, get out in nature, like get out in nature now. Like that's really powerful. That's one of the most powerful things you can do to shift it. And the last thing I'm going to say is that in order to create something new and have space for something new to come into your life, a lot of times we require letting go of something that is taking up space. Okay. So if you have something in your life that's taking up space and you know that, and you have resistance to letting it go, but at the same time you're desiring something new, I invite you to have the strength to let whatever that is go. All right. So maybe you require cleaning out your closet. Maybe you have a bunch of clothes from like middle school, high school. Maybe you just have a bunch of clutter. Maybe you have a bunch of stuff. And at the same time, maybe you're desiring more clothes. You know, you're desiring a new wardrobe, but then you go to look at your closet and your closet's completely packed and there's not a lot of room in there. Well, that's a perfect example in the 3D world of how we can be energetically as well. We might be focusing on something so hard, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, and wonder why it's not showing up anymore. But that's because of the way that we are holding on to the resistance, because we're focusing on in the 3D of how we don't have it. Okay. And instead of me giving a zillion of examples, I trust that makes sense, because I've basically been saying the same thing for a while now. So I'm sending you guys super positive, high vibes, lots of love, healing energy. I think that pretty much completes this video. I think I've been on here for like 47 minutes maybe or not, and I think I had said I was only going to do 30. So anyway, I appreciate you, Shelly and Andrea, for being on here live. That was freaking awesome. I'm sending you guys lots of love, super positive, high vibes. Until next time, namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Mwah. Have an amazing night. I'm sending you guys virtual hugs. Give yourself a hug right now. Pat yourself on the back. Show yourself some love. Show others love, of course. Reach out if you require support in any kind of way. And I look forward to chatting with everyone soon. All right? Mwah. Good night, beauties. Thank you so much for the love, Andrea and Shelly. Bye.